Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah, just going to wait for a few more people to come, and then we'll get this live stream on the way, this preview. And if you are joining, hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? Give me a second. Let me get the lineup up. Yeah, of course. Callum's got to start. Callum has to start. Yeah, I'm good. How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Hope even during this pandemic, hopefully it's going to end soon. I hope all of you are doing well. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thank you very much, Austin. But yeah, as I said, going to wait for a few more people to join, and then we'll be getting this preview on the way. Pretty good lineup, score prediction. We'll be discussing Thomas Tuchel's press conference, early kickoff. So if you're not in the UK, be prepared because it's going to be at 12:30 p.m. UK kickoff time. So if you're in the US, for example, it's going to be like a 7:30 kickoff start, depending on where you are. So it's a case of making sure that you're up early. Yes, I am well, thank you. I'll be discussing a bit of the Pulisic rumours as well. Thoughts on Werner missing so much? You think a massive problem? I'm assuming you mean in terms of him not scoring, him not scoring enough opportunities. And listen, I agree. I completely agree. It's not something that I'm worried about. I don't think it's a massive problem. Of course, we would have liked for him to have scored a lot more, but I think that he is getting the opportunities. I like his mentality. He has an elite mentality where even if he misses a sitter or if he misses a massive opportunity, he doesn't let that affect his confidence. He's still hungry for more. His link-up play is good. He's got rapid acceleration and pace, and his finishing will get there. I think he's still in an adaptation period, and I think that you will see the real Timo Werner next season. As well, make sure you get the likes up as well. Hit the like button, smash up that like button. But yeah, no, I don't think it's a massive problem. I think that he's got the right manager. I think he's got the right coach in Thomas Tuchel where it's fine. It's not a massive issue. Of course, as I said, we'd like for him to score more, but it's not a massive issue for the minute. And in regards to Pulisic, it's not real. It's been confirmed today. I know Fabrizio Romano said a couple of days ago that Pulisic will assess his future at the end of the season. But there's a podcast today with Simon Phillips. He's a reporter on Twitter. He had a reliable journalist on, and they confirmed that Pulisic is very happy at Chelsea. He's part of the project. Thomas Tuchel himself said in the press conference that he's in his plans. Christian Pulisic is in his plans. He wants to have him in the future. It's his fault that he's not playing and not getting enough minutes. So it's a case of being patient with Pulisic. We will get there in the end. I think that, again, with Pulisic, it's a matter of time. That time when, post-lockdown, when he was, smashing the whole place up, he was the best winger in the league at that specific moment of time. He carried us to top four, him and Giroud at the end of last season. So he's got a number 10 shirt. I think there's nothing to worry about. I think the rumours are false. We'll have to wait and see. Werner versus Leeds would be well if he can get his finishing. Listen, if Chelsea were ever to batter a team, it would be tomorrow, because Leeds, they play so expansively, they play openly. And that's why they've only got 2 draws this season on the mark of Marcelo Bielsa, because they don't play to draw. They play to win. They don't care about the opposition. It could be Man City, it could be Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, whoever. They play each game to win. They play a very expansive, open style of football, and I respect them. I have a lot of admiration for them because they play a lot of attacking football, fluidity, they outrun teams, the intensity they have, the physicality. They haven't got the quality players, but they're well drilled. They have a structure in place. And yes, they get battered, 6-2 by United, and they get battered left, right, and centre against the top teams. But they got 35 points this season. They're comfortably safe this season. They're not going to get relegated. They play a fantastic brand of football. And don't be surprised if we concede tomorrow. On the other hand, I do expect Chelsea to not only win the game, but to also score quite a few goals. I know that we haven't got our shooting boots on recently, but I expect at least, if I went for a score prediction, I'd go for like a 3-1 or a 4-1, to be honest. Yeah, exactly. Runs in behind versus the Leeds defence. Werner will score. He has improved on the Tuchel, so it's only a matter of time before he does. 100%. Thoughts on Tammy? Yes. Now, getting into an injury update for you guys. 2 players are not available for tomorrow. Thiago Silva, he's had a massive setback. He's unavailable for selection tomorrow. Not a massive deal because Christensen has been simply superb. But again, we're lacking that depth. So we need Thiago Silva back ASAP, but he's had a setback, which is not good news. And Tammy, according to Tuchel, has still got a problem with his ankle, so he won't be available for tomorrow. Thoughts on him? I personally think he's gone at the end of the season. He's got 18 months left in his current contract. No, sorry, he has 2 years left on his current contract when we arrive in this summer. And I think if we were going to sell him, we'd have to sell him this summer to get his maximum value. Otherwise, he'd be running down into the last 18 months and you wouldn't get the maximum value for Tammy. He's had the clubs like Leicester, Aston Villa, West Ham interested in him. And if you are going to bring in Erling Haaland, there's no space for Tammy. You'd have to sell Tammy. How can you have Haaland, Tammy, Giroud, Werner all competing for one position? And now you've got Havertz, as I said in the title, at false nine position. And I'll get into my predict lineup in a moment, where he's going to tear Leeds apart with his link-up and movement. So you've got 5 players there to complain at striker position. So, yeah, I think Tammy's going to go, in just my personal opinion. Thoughts on the Tammy situation and Haaland? Yeah, kind of just explained it, really. I think that if Haaland comes, there's just no space for Tammy. I can't see a world in which you can have Haaland and Tammy playing when you're competing with Werner, Giroud. And it looks like Giroud's happy to stay for another year. His contract expires this summer, but if he makes the French, Euro squads and, he keeps up the performances, Tuchel's happy for him to stay, he will stay. He will stay here for next season. So it's a matter of that, to be honest. If you are here, hit the like button, by the way. Smash that like button. Get those likes up. Yeah, exactly. I said this before. If I'm going for a score prediction, I'm going for 3-1 minimum. I still think we'll concede. I know our defence has been solid. Like, we've been keeping so many clean sheets. Edouard Mendy's 3rd in the league for the most amount of clean sheets kept. So it's absolutely sensational. Since Thomas Tuchel's come in, he's implemented and instilled that structure, defensive structure, solidity. But Leeds play a very expansive style of football away from home. I think that because of their intensity and the fact that they're so gung-ho in their approach, I still think that they might nick a goal. However, that is going to leave them open defensively. They are going to be susceptible to leaking goals. And as a result, I believe Chelsea, despite us not being clinical, I still believe Chelsea will score quite a few goals. I expect minimum 3 goals. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I still think that we are going to score at least 3 goals. Just my personal opinion. I think potentially a 3-1, maybe even a 4-1. Or listen, we could even keep a clean sheet. God knows. But I still think we'll concede. Werner can make runs in behind defenders as Leeds also play the high line. Exactly. What's your summer transfer window dream? Good question. Very good question, actually. For me, Matt Law wrote an article and he said the 2 key positions is centre-back and striker. So for me, Erling Haaland, definitely. I would then go Marquinhos as my dream. This is not really realistic, Marquinhos, but he would be my dream centre-back signing. So I'd say Erling Haaland, Marquinhos, Theo Hernandez for the left-back position from AC Milan. I think he's one of the best left-backs in Europe. I would then go for a goalkeeper in Oblak as well, and that would be the 4. But again, it's a bit unrealistic. Oblak and Marquinhos, even Theo Hernandez is unrealistic. You can even go as far and say Haaland's a bit unrealistic, even though we are heavily linked to him. The price that he's going to cost and the amount of clubs in for him, like, I just read an article a couple of hours ago. Barcelona, the new president, Joan Laporta, he's made Haaland the priority signing. I don't know how Barcelona are going to pull out the bag. They've got debt up to their eyeballs, a billion euro debt. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but they've put Haaland on their priority list. All the top clubs are going to be in for Haaland this summer. So we're really going to struggle. I'm not saying we can't do it. Of course, we can sign him, but it's a case of it's going to be really difficult to secure his service. But we'll have to wait and see. So as I said, Haaland, Marquinhos, Theo Hernandez and Oblak. But you did say a dream. It is a bit of a dream. It's not really realistic. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's more of a dream as well, especially during these tough times. Werner and Havertz could be a dream partnership next season, with Haaland playing with them 2 behind with the Europa League, 100%, especially both of them being adapted to the league. They would have had a season under their belt as well. They would have acclimatised to the Premier League. So I think next season is going to be a big year for both of them. In my opinion, we need to create my dream front 3 for tomorrow is Havertz, Mount, Pulisic, Werner, at right wing back, or rest for Madrid. Kemal, how come you don't have a Scottish or Ireland accent? What a question. It's because I'm not Scottish or Irish. I'm actually Turkish. So even though I was born in London and I've lived in London my whole life, so English is my first language, I do speak Turkish and my parents are both Turkish. So yeah, I am Turkish. But yeah, no, I'm not Irish or Scottish. Unless you think that I look Irish or Scottish. No, I don't. Bayern might get Haaland exactly, but I don't think Bayern would because, Lewandowski's still firing. He's still firing on all cylinders, so I highly doubt that. How will we beat City or Real Madrid? Let's hope we avoid them. I think Madrid are not. I think we can beat Madrid personally. I genuinely believe that we could beat Madrid. I don't think that they're as tough as you believe. For Haaland. Okay, yeah, good question. It's going to be difficult. But the thing with Madrid is, again, just like Barcelona, they're in so much debt. So I don't think that they can realistically afford him. City's going to be a big problem. Definitely. I think the City are ahead of us in the pecking order. Now, before I continue reading comments, let's get into the predicted lineup. Now, this is my personal opinion that what I believe Thomas Tuchel will set out for tomorrow's game against Leeds. So again, formation is standard. We know what formation he's going to play. There's no point even guessing. We know he's going to play the 3-4-2-1. Edouard Mendy in goal, we know he's going to start. Left wing back, I'm going to go for Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell specifically, I know some people might say Marcus Alonso. I'm going for Ben Chilwell because he's got a lot more pace. He's got a much more better engine, better crossing ability. And I think that, again, obviously, we don't see what happens. We don't know what happens in training, but I think that with his dynamism, the fact that he's a lot more quicker compared to Alonso, he'd be more suited against Leeds, especially the fact that Leeds are a team that press with intensity. So you need players that press resistant. Chilwell goes in there. Hudson-Odoi in the right wing-back position. I'm then going to go for a pivot of Jorginho and Kovacic. Again, Jovic pivot, linking up the play, dictating the tempo of the game, controlling the game, dominating that Leeds midfield. And again, they're both press resistant compared to Kante, who's not really press resistant. So again, we need to be able to beat Leeds United's press, move the ball with pace, and get your runners like your Werners, your Chos in behind. I'm then going to go for the two attacking fake tens. I'm then going to go for Timo Werner and Mason Mount. Again, Mason Mount with the intensity. Don't forget, Mason Mount or Jorginho cannot play against Atletico because they've both been booked in the first leg and they're unable to play. They're unavailable for selection. So both of them should get 90 minutes tomorrow. That's standard because we know that Jorginho nor Mount can play. So Jorginho, Kovacic, pivot. I'm then going to go for Mason Mount and Timo Werner as the fake number 10s. And then I'm going to go for Kai Havertz as a false 9. That is my predicted lineup. What is your predicted lineup? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section. Now, a couple of days ago, I made a video. With Havertz in a false 9 position. Now, if you look at the map, Havertz, Tuchel implemented a bit of a diamond. He didn't actually play as a false 9. The two attacking 10s against Everton, which was Callum Hudson-Odoi and Werner, they were further forward than Havertz in the actual game. Havertz was dropping in the pockets. He was dropping in between lines to link up the play. And again, he was forming a diamond with your Jorginhos, your Kantes, your Azpilicuetas to essentially beat Everton's press, move the ball with a lot more fluidity and pace, and allow the runners to run in behind. So again, it was a tactical masterclass by Tuchel. I expect something very similar tomorrow as well, so we'll have to wait and see. But I believe Havertz false 9 is absolutely going to decimate Leeds United. The fact that they play a high line, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's game over. Werner, with his pace and acceleration against Leeds United's high line, it's a wrap. This guy has to get a goal tomorrow. Surely Werner's going to score tomorrow. But let's have a look at your comments. Do you know an Arsenal YouTuber called Turkish? Of course. Turkish. I don't know him personally, but I watch a lot of his videos. You know, I watch him a lot on AFTV. I know he's got his own channel. One day I would like to collab with him 100%. Yeah, but I watch a lot of his live streams. Top guy. He seems like very knowledgeable. I know he's an Arsenal fan, but 100%. Of course, I know who Turkish is, but again, I've never spoken to him. Hopefully, one day we can sort something out. Roman will beat City in Real with his checkbook. True, but then Man City have got money. You know, that's the thing. This is the thing with Madrid is Madrid have got a lot of debts. That's why I don't think Madrid are really in the running. My problem is Man City. Man City have got the finances. They've got the pull power. They're going to be champions this year. And his dad was a Man City fan. So we are a bit muddied. So we need to hope that Mineraola, who is his agent, obviously because he charges extortionate fees and he's all about the money and everything for him is about money. So if we give a lot more to Mineraola in terms of finances, we could get something done. But it's going to be tough to beat Man City. I think Alexis Kafka speaks little Turkish. I think he does. We follow each other on Twitter, so we speak from time to time. He's Azerbaijani. So again, Turkey and Azerbaijan, we have good relations. They're kind of cousins to us. They don't speak Turkish completely, but they speak some of the language. So if I spoke to him, he would understand of what I'm saying. So again, but when I speak to him, I speak to him in English. Will you do watch along tomorrow? No, not tomorrow. But yes, in the future, when I get the right equipment and the right setting, because I'm planning to get a green screen at some point, I'm going to be doing watch along. So yeah, when I do it, I'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, 100%. But you will be seeing a review after the game, straight after the game. Kante and cover, yes, but you need to bear in mind that Jorginho can't play against Atletico. You know, he's unavailable because of the yellow card. So, it'd be wise to put Jorginho, give him a full 90 against Leeds. And I think it'd be important against Leeds' high press. Of course, Leeds are going to be playing a high intensity game. Are you free to join me in a watch along either on Tuesday or Wednesday? Okay, I'll have a look at you. I'll have a check after I finish this live stream. I'll have a look at your channel. But yeah, 100%. I'm assuming you mean for the Atletico game. 100%. I'll be down for that. Mine is Mendy, AC, Rudiger, Aspi, Chilwell, Cover, Jorginho, Pulisic, Mount Havertz. Yes, very good line. That's the thing of Pulisic. Pulisic can easily play. Now, the main reason why I've gone for Timo Werner over Pulisic for my predicted lineup is because of Werner's acceleration and pace. We know Leeds are going to be playing a high-intensity game, a very high line. And you saw what Werner's pace did against a high Liverpool line. He scored. I don't care what anyone says here. I don't care if VR shafted us, which is exactly what happened, because he was not offside. He scored a perfectly good goal. Against a high line that Leeds are going to, implement and operate in, Werner's going to have a lot of fun making those runs in behind. I think that because he's a lot more quicker compared to Pulisic, it makes sense. Again, we can always bring Christian Pulisic into the game, so I don't think it's an issue at all. Yeah, Werner has to get a goal against Leeds. Joined Worldwide Chelsea's live. Yeah, no, me and him, I went a live stream like a year ago. So me and him, we used to speak loads. And then we got a bit of a situation. We haven't been speaking for a while, but no hard feelings. I think that at some point I will get Worldwide Chelsea on for a live stream in the future. Oh, is he not? I thought it was Azerbaijani. No, I think he's half Azerbaijani and half Georgian. Because if you look at his Twitter, in his bio, he's got the two flags. I know he's got some links to Azerbaijan, definitely. So, but yes, I know that he's also Georgian. I'll be covering all the Champions League games and not just the Chelsea. Okay, that's fine. No, it's only because you've got a Chelsea badge in your profile, so you should do live transfer news. Yeah, no, when I do Chelsea transfer news daily, I post a regular video. But yes, in the future, I've got massive plans for this channel. When I move out, I'm going to have a proper green screen behind me. I'm going to get loads of guests on, all the big Chelsea YouTubers. Like, the channel's going to elevate to a new level. New thumbnail layout, new logo, new YouTube, like, banner, header. So new style. It's going to be good. I've got some massive plans for this channel, but for the minute, it's all about the grind, being consistent and delivering the best content I can, the equipment I have available. So again, I've got big plans. I'm already contacting graphic designers. So it's a case of putting everything in the work. So a lot of things in the pipeline, but at the minute, for the next few months at least, it's going to be like this. But definitely, I want to do as many live streams as I possibly can, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Listen, this is the thing. Yeah, I love engaging with all my subscribers. I love interacting. Any of you guys that comment afterwards, I try and interact as well. That's what this community is all about. That's what this YouTube thing is all about. There's no competition. Like, I talk to a lot of the other Chelsea YouTubers as well, and especially my subscribers. Like, I have so much admiration and appreciation for all of you. Especially you guys that follow me. So I'd love to speak to all of you. So again, when I do more live streams in the future, in the future, definitely, I want to be doing daily live streams, and we can always talk about transfers. 100%. I'm going to enjoy it a lot, and I'm sure that you guys will as well. But yeah, all right, everyone, right now, leave me your score prediction. I want to see what you guys think. I want to see that positivity. Exactly. Come on, Chelsea. Yes, George. What are you saying? How are you doing? Thoughts on Ziyech's performance? Like, this guy, Ziyech. It's the problem with Ziyech is, he's suited Lampard's system, but the problem is he's very one-dimensional. That's my issue, and I made a mistake personally, and I think a lot of Chelsea fans did. He's 27 years of age. He was playing in the Dutch league until the age of 27, and he came into a Chelsea team where he suited Lampard's system. But now under Tuchel, we need dynamic wingers, fast, dynamic, skillful, tricky wingers. And the problem with Ziyech is that he's an inverted winger. He's very one-dimensional. He relies heavily on his left foot. And yes, he can do wonders with it, in a specific area with his crossing ability, his shooting ability, his dribbling, his creativity is credit to him. But he's very one-dimensional, and he doesn't really fit Thomas Tuchel's system. And put it the fact that he's been absolutely abysmal in the past few weeks. Like, ever since Thomas Tuchel's come in, he's been abysmal. And I think that, he doesn't really fit Thomas Tuchel's plans, which is a massive shame. But the other problem is as well is, like, alarm bell should have been ringing in my head and all of the Chelsea fans' head. This guy was 27 years of age, still playing in the Eredivisie in the Dutch league, yeah? And he had a £25 million release clause, not the season Chelsea signed him, but the year before, after Ajax got to the semis of the Champions League. He had a £25 million release clause, and not a single elite European club touched it. Bayern had a look and said, nah. Arsenal had a look and said, no. the clubs that are in for him were like Valencia and Sevilla. You know, they're good Spanish clubs, but they're not your top elite clubs like a Chelsea or a Madrid or a Barcelona or a United. And the fact that no one touched it, he signed a contract and his next release clause was about £40 million, which is what we signed him for. So it's a case of, you know, there should have been a question mark in our head. Why is this guy still playing the Dutch league in its prime? And why was he so cheap and that no club touched him? And it's evident, you know, the fact that the other thing as well with Ziyech, he's so weak. He gets bullied off the ball easily. And in the Premier League, which is the most fastest, the strongest, the most intensive league, you've got to improve. You've simply got to improve. 3-1, yeah, I agree. I think a 3-1 or 4-1. Personally, I think that we will win 4-1 or 3-1. It really depends, to be honest. Yeah, thank you, bro. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well, especially during these difficult times. Ziyech's very limited. He is in dynamic. Exactly, that's the problem. He's too one-dimensional for my liking. 2-0, 3-1. Tuchel likes a dynamic player. We should sell Ziyech, in my opinion, and he doesn't suit us at all. Yeah, as I said just now, for me, if we got a good offer in, we should, because we've got Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi. Those two players are our future when it comes to wide dynamic wingers, because Tuchel, his main plan for Chelsea next season is to revert back to a back four. He wants to play 4-3-3. I read many reliable and credible articles. And if you're going to have a 4-3-3, you can have Callum on the right, Pulisic on the left. They're so dynamic, quick, creative, fantastic decision-making as well, and have a Haaland or a Havertz in a false line position. I think you can't have Ziyech in out-and-out right-wing position. So I think if you've got a good offer in, like a 40 million, 45 million pounds, I'd definitely take it. Because listen, he's still a good player. If he was in the right system, if you built a system around Hakim Ziyech, if you built a team around him, the guy would be a superstar. But he doesn't suit the system. That's my main issue with Hakim. 2-1 Chelsea. Werner and Jorginho penned to score and Bamford to score for Leeds. Good. I personally think the scoreline will be a lot bigger than that. I don't understand why Ziyech won't build up his muscle mass. It's easier said than done. It's not that easy. It takes time to build up muscle mass. I know he's got all the best nutrition dietists. He's got all the best, physiotherapists, all the best doctors to help him. But it's not as easy as that. Building on muscle mass takes years. So I think look at Hazard. When he first came in, he was slim. He was getting bullied off the ball. And the season he left at Chelsea, he was here for 7 years. And he was so strong and bulky. You know, it takes years and years to develop that. And I understand for myself because I'm trying to build on muscle mass, and it really depends on your diet. You got to eat healthily, high protein, and especially in the pandemic when the gyms are shut, it's hard. So, building on muscle mass is not easy, and a lot of it's down to genetics. It's quite difficult. Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic are unreal talent, 100%. Those two players are our future. Joao Felix, Lautaro Martinez, please, Roman. Ballers. Both of them are absolute ballers, 100%. I love those two players. He's 27 now. You can't really develop. Exactly. The thing with Ziyech is, he's in his prime of his career. But when you're an attacker, 26, 27, 28, that's your prime years. That is when you should be the peak of your powers, playing your best football. And I think Ziyech, again, he started well. He got a couple of assists against Sheffield. He got an assist against Leeds. Scored against Burnley here and there. But he's done it against lower league opposition. I haven't seen Ziyech put in a world-class performance against a top 6 opposition. I just haven't seen it, to be honest. So, yeah, it's really disappointing. But that is me wrapping up the preview. It's a bit of a short one. I'm going to be bringing a live stream relatively soon. Definitely, hopefully, in the near future for you guys. As I said, big plans coming for this channel. When I get everything sorted, you will be seeing daily live streams. So, again, with getting guests on, different Chelsea YouTubers, maybe even YouTubers from different clubs, your Uniteds, your Arsenals, etc. But, yeah, my score prediction, I'm going to go for a 3-1 or a 4-1 Chelsea victory and Roads. Let's keep up the momentum. We need to get top 4, especially heading into Atletico game. We need to get the 3 points tomorrow afternoon. It's massive. It's absolutely pivotal. It's crucial that we win tomorrow. I believe we can. We've been unbeaten under Thomas Tuchel so far. The spirits are high at Chelsea. High positivity. I believe in this club. I believe in this team. Let's go and do it. But yeah, if you are new, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Hit the like button as well. And see you all guys tomorrow for my review. Peace.